Candace Owens, the posts that shook X. She's the #1 podcaster in the world. She's been sued, fired, threatened, and banned from events, and she keeps going. From exposing what she calls the truth about Charlie Kirk's assassination, to telling American service members to refuse deployment in the Iran war, to taking on Ben Shapiro, Bill Ackman, and the entire Zionist establishment, Candace Owens has become the most polarizing voice on the American right. This is her story, told entirely through her own posts on X. No commentary, no spin, just Candace. Chapter 1. The War in Iran. On February 28, 2026, the United States and Israel launched joint strikes against Iran. Within hours, Candace Owens went to war on X. Not against Iran, but against the war itself. She posted this.
We will never forget that they murdered Charlie Kirk for this war, and he knew they were going to do it. He spent his final days mentally anguished, texting the very people who would ultimately betray him. In honor of Charlie, I stand against Israel.
She followed it with a direct call to action.
No one ever should sign up for United States military outside of those who wish to join the IDF. Go home and defend your neighborhoods instead. Let the Mark Levins and Ben Shapiros send their offspring instead. We are an occupied nation. This is why Charlie was murdered.
She invoked what she says was Charlie Kirk's own position on Iran. In June 2025, months before his death, Kirk posted this warning.
This is insane. Regime change will result in a bloody civil war, killing hundreds of thousands and creating another massive Muslim refugee crisis. Topping a leader is never as easy as you think. It almost always results in further involvement, a civil war, and chaos. This.
Glenn Greenwald shared Kirk's clip with this caption.
Charlie Kirk, in June of 2025, explaining why a massive U.S. war against Iran and an attempt to facilitate regime change, as pushed by people like Lindsey Graham, is, quote, pathologically insane.
Candace accused the war supporters of rewriting Kirk's legacy.
Remember when they tried to gaslight us last June by calling us panicans, claiming we were lying about serial killer Bibi Netanyahu's aims? The only reason this war didn't begin last June was because of Charlie Kirk. They eliminated that reason on September 10th.
By early March, her rhetoric escalated. She called on Americans to refuse military service.
Do not join or remain in the United States military. Trump has betrayed America and expects you to die for Israel. There is no honor in being led by dishonorable men to your death.
She doubled down the next day.
Zionists are having a meltdown about what I said yesterday, so let me reiterate. Do not sign up for or continue to fight for the U.S. military. This war is on behalf of satanic pedophiles. Find the legal means to exit the military. Do not fight for child rapists. Come home.
Billionaire investor Bill Ackman retweeted that her statements were illegal. Candace responded with an open challenge.
Since Bill Ackman is retweeting that it is against the law for me to tell Americans not to sign up for the military, I would like to publicly invite him onto my podcast to offer a convincing argument as to why Americans should send their children to die for Israel. We can pick a date.
She wasn't alone. Megyn Kelly, who had previously clashed with Candace, found herself on the same side.
No one should have to die for a foreign country. I don't think those service members died for the United States. I think they died for Iran or for Israel. No one is crying that the Ayatollah is dead, but our government's job is not to look out for Iran or Israel.
Candace observed the shift happening.
Wait until tomorrow. Ain't no way they really thought they were going to Operation Mockingbird us into accepting this insanity. For once, the left and the right are united on something.
She called the media war coverage cartoonish.
The propaganda being fed to us right is cartoonish. It's like the media has been tasked with writing an episode of the Power Rangers. Yeah, go team. Another ship obliterated. Epic fury. Embarrassing.
She praised Tucker Carlson, who was also breaking with the pro-war right.
Tucker is infinitely more powerful and relevant than he's ever been. All the money spent on bot campaigns and curated trends against him are ineffectual. People can continue to ignore reality, but America is firmly behind Tucker Carlson in this moment. Tucker Carlson is an American hero. There are so few at the top. It is humbling to observe him. He is in his prime.
And she tied it all back to one name.
Charlie Kirk was the first casualty of the war in Iran. Never forget what they did to him.
Chapter 2. Bride of Charlie. In late February 2026, Candace launched a documentary series called Bride of Charlie, investigating the circumstances around Charlie Kirk's death, his widow Erica, and what Candace alleges was a Zionist takeover of Turning Point USA. The first episode went viral.
Bride of Charlie. Episode 1. A Wrinkle in Time. See you soon.
1.2 million views on YouTube in 3 hours. Someone close to Candace posted about the reaction.
1.2 million views on YouTube in just 3 hours. They really shouldn't have freaked out like they did. The Streisand effect is real.
Candace thanked her team.
Thank you so much. Team really worked for that one under maximum media pressure.
With each episode, the allegations grew more serious. She raised questions about Erica Kirk's whereabouts on September 10th, the day Charlie was killed.
Every journalist in America should be covering the fact that Erica Kirk's assistant was slated to be at UVU, and she was pulled back because Erica's best friend sensed danger. It is utterly unacceptable if all parties are not brought in for questioning regarding this anomaly. We received a shocking confirmation regarding Erica Kirk's inner circle on September 10th. If we had any semblance of a justice system, Erica would at this point be taken in for questioning by the police.
She pointed to connections between Erica, Arizona State University, and the Epstein files.
It is worth noting that both Tyler and Erica attended ASU, unironically the #1 university mentioned in the Epstein files. And both Tyler and Erica spent time, during the same year, in Romania. Did they cross paths in Romania or at university?
She claimed Kirk himself knew he was in danger.
Name redacted for obvious reasons. Charlie Kirk also told a pastor at Trinity Church that he thought he was going to get killed. That brings the total up to 4 people that we've identified. This is your daily reminder that his wife initially denied this was true. People who watch my show knew this months ago. They found 5 sets of prints on the gun. Every piece of the official story is ridiculous.
By episode 4, she was connecting Kirk's death directly to the Iran war.
Today on Bride of Charlie, Charlie would have publicly supported war in Iran, according to Blake Neff and Mikey McCoy. Erica has more family ties you should probably know about. Perhaps the question isn't who, but what took over TPUSA. Episode 4, The Ties That Bind.
Turning Point USA pushed back, and Candace caught them in what she says is a contradiction about the now infamous Hamptons meeting with Seth Dillon.
Carrie Prejean-Buller just asked Seth Dillon, while he was under oath, about the infamous Hamptons meeting with Charlie Kirk. And now his story has shifted. He now admits that there was a heated and at times spirited debate. But Seth denied that categorically when we first reported it.
She received tips about alleged surveillance of former employees.
Turning Point USA sent a person out to take photos of Aubrey's car and her home. This is the young woman they fired. Note, the individual taking the photos had no documents to serve them. He just got caught taking photos of her car and home. What the hell is going on?
And she revealed what she says was a planned meeting between Erica Kirk, Netanyahu, and Shapiro.
This is insane. I just received a tip that Erica Kirk, Benjamin Netanyahu, and Ben Shapiro were slated to film a piece of content together in Palm Beach. Daystar was involved in the development. For whatever reason, this filming canceled at the last minute very recently.
Chapter 3. The War with the Daily Wire. Before the Iran War, before Bride of Charlie, there was the split. Candace Owens was fired from the Daily Wire in March 2024 after clashing with Ben Shapiro over Israel. By 2026, she was going scorched earth on the company's co-founder, Jeremy Boring.
Jeremy Boring is a failed Hollywood actor. For a few years, he publicly pretended to be running a media company when, in reality, he sat in himself in a hair and makeup chair every day, casting himself in every company project, still hoping for his big break. It went exactly as you'd expect. Caleb Robinson was running the company. Jeremy was never around. He was busy trying to be famous and lying to Ben Shapiro about company finances. He created drama between me and Ben to distract Ben from his spending habit. I referred to Jeremy as Ben's rich wife with the shopping addiction.
When Boring pushed back, Candace went further.
Let's keep reminiscing, Jeremy. Remember when you double-sued me and Brett Cooper as a birthday present to yourself because you were upset that Reagan's show failed? And then you sued me for interviewing a USS Liberty survivor after I was fired. Am I lying, Jeremy?
She also took aim at Ben Shapiro's instincts.
Another example. I dropped a 2-minute trailer for Bride of Charlie. Ben Shapiro immediately insisted that Erica must sue me for a trailer. Natural Khazarian instinct. You must know their Turk ancestry to understand it.
She called out the double standard and how Turning Point treated her.
You have got to appreciate the irony of a company that literally employed me for years, now referring to me as a DEI hire. What does me being black have to do with anything happening right now, Ryan? Why are you referencing my race at all? Is this Turning Point 2.0? It is difficult to put into words the audacity of Turning Point USA and their lies and subsequent gaslighting. This right here is another fun example. He called me a DEI hire, akin to Ketanji Brown. He then tweeted out a photo of an African queen garment dubbing me the queen of something.
Chapter 4. Zionism, Khazars, and the Catholic Fight. Perhaps no topic has defined Candace Owens 2026 more than her open rejection of Zionism and what she calls the Khazarian theory of modern Israel. It has made her the most controversial figure in conservative media. She has been called anti-Semitic. She says she is telling the truth.
The people currently occupying Israel are Khazarian Turks. If you'd like to read an Israeli book about it, might I suggest Abraham Pollack's History of a Jewish Kingdom in Europe? Also, The Invention of the Jewish People by Shlomo Sand is a good one. You will always know a Khazarian because money is their first instinct. They are originally from Phrygia and Anatolia. This stuff really goes back to King Midas and Cybele. Gold is their pagan history.
She frames this as a Catholic issue. When Catholic activist Carrie Prejean-Bowler was threatened with removal from Trump's Religious Liberty Commission for questioning Zionism, Candace defended her.
Carrie didn't hijack anything. You hosted a performative Zionist hearing meant to neuter the Christian faith. Carrie spoke truth, as a Catholic, and Christians, the truth cannot be defeated. Zionists are naturally hostile to Catholics because we refuse to bend the knee. When they can't win the argument, they move to censor the speaker. But they can't censor us all. Every time they move to punish someone's speech, more Americans and Christians awaken to the real threat to our freedom. Carrie Prejean will be fine either way.
She connected it to Tucker Carlson's reporting on the Chabad Lubavitch movement.
Tucker is telling the truth about the Chabad Lubavitch. Read the book, Sigmund Freud, and the Jewish mystical tradition. Also be reminded that when I discussed the Chabad on Piers Morgan, Jews tried to have me murdered. Remember, they are digging tunnels in New York and in cities all across America. They are taking over entire towns in New Jersey. You should absolutely be aware of where the Chabad is nearest your home. These people are dangerous. They are a radical sect of mystic occultists.
She went further, connecting Israel to September 11th.
From 9/11 to the Lavon affair and many in between, false flags are the Israeli way. Mossad agents are taught that they will inherit the earth by way of deception. Bibi wants a third world war so they can hit a global reset, as they have done every time people start noticing.
She issued a broader warning about what she sees as Zionist control of American politics.
So you guys know how this thing works. A Zionist is currently writing Trump's speech. That speech will be pre-circulated amongst an orbit of Zionist hive journalists, so they can be prepared to publish their headlines, which are bound to read, Trump issues stunning defense of Israel. He'll say, We won't be taking any lessons on what evil is from people who protected Jeffrey Epstein raping children or looked the other way as Bibi Netanyahu committed a genocide in broad daylight.
Chapter 5. The Epstein Connection. Woven through everything Candace says is the Epstein case. She sees it as the thread that connects the war, the assassination, and the cover-up.
Woe to you fools who don't understand that the people capable of this won't hesitate to do the same to you and your children. Woe to you fools who don't realize that these people are already in control of our politicians and are the descendants of the Bolsheviks. Look the truth in the face.
When MKUltra came up in connection to Epstein, she tied it to her larger theory.
This was Project Monarch, the precursor to MKUltra, the real science that we imported to America via Operation Paperclip. They abused kids to create mind-controlled slaves, learn the true history of what was going on with Sigmund Freud and the psychologists in Vienna.
She called the Iran strikes a distraction from the Epstein revelations.
The genocidal pedophiles just started another war.
Chapter 6. Being Candace. Through all of it, the lawsuits, the death threats, the accusations of anti-Semitism, she remains a mother of 3 who posts about family prayer and kids who want muffins.
4-year-old daughter. I don't like lightning. 5-year-old son. No, do not say that. Jesus makes lightning, and if you don't like it, then you don't like Jesus. My husband in the middle of a family prayer, and we pray the children will be kind to one another, and my 3-year-old, and that they will get muffins. Husband. No, that's not the prayer. Never a dull moment.
She reflected on 2025.
2025 was one haluva year. Beyond grateful to all of you who tuned into the podcast and took us to #1 globally. Can't wait to get back on air in 2026, as I plan to break another explosive story. Because I'm always one step ahead of my haters, whom I am grateful to as well.
And she addressed the people trying to shut her down.
No, he would not. As Charlie always said, when you people cannot win a debate, they attack the person. I have welcomed each and every one of these people to my platform to debate my ideas, live, offer still stands. Should be pretty easy to win a debate against a DEI hire. They were only calling me crazy because I was right about everything, including the maroon shirts, pattern recognition.
Zionists are putting in real work hours, she wrote, and she's not slowing down.
Zionists are putting in real work hours, promoting our upcoming series. I would like to extend to them all my deepest gratitude. We are a small team and couldn't do it without your steadfast commitment to hysterics. See you tomorrow.
That was Candace Owens, in her own words. From the war in Iran, to the death of Charlie Kirk, to the fight over what it means to be conservative in America in 2026. Whether you think she's a truth teller or a conspiracy theorist, one thing is undeniable. She is not going away. This has been a Persona episode of Today on X. All posts sourced directly from X. Follow at RealCandaceO on X for more.